Hello everyone, this is Angus. Today's review is of a very nice gas pistol, completely licensed and trademarked by Beretta. This is one of the nicest M9s on the market for a cheap price of a little over $100. This is the video review of the CyberGun / KJW Beretta M9. Here, and in my hands is CyberGun's Beretta M9. This is a gas blowback pistol, and it is available at AirsoftStation.com for about $128, which is a pretty good price considering in a lot of the stores around me, they're selling this thing for $180. Also, you can take $5 off with our coupon code DEATHCORE. Now, the gun itself is made by KJW, but it has been officially licensed by CyberGun with the very nice Beretta stamps on the sides. It is one of my personal gas blowback pistols, and I have found really nothing wrong with it. So, excellent gun. Let's get into the review of it. For starters, let's take a look at what is included when you purchase the Beretta M9 from AirsoftStation.com. Keep in mind that I have had this gun for a while and do not exactly have everything that would be included in the package. The box that your M9 comes in is, as you can see, overly flashy, which is expected as this is a gun that is sold and marketed by CyberGun. It is, of course, bright blue, proudly announcing the name that it is a Beretta, licensed by Beretta. And also, if you can see, which you may be able to, down here in this corner it says chronoed at 390 feet per second. Do not believe that because CyberGun chronos their guns with .12s. I have a chrono video up if you want to see the correct feet per second. Once you take the box top off, this is what you should see. However, there may be some other items included, but again, I have had this gun for quite some time. Inside the box there is a 25 round metal magazine made by KJW, and your CyberGun / KJW Beretta M9 itself. Now, as I have stated, this gun is actually made by KJW. CyberGun just markets it and sells it and got Beretta to license it. It is completely metal, which is very, very nice. I like that about CyberGun. Usually their guns are completely metal half the time for the more expensive ones, and this is one of their more expensive gas pistols. Essentially, when you pull it out of the box, you get the grip of that metal in your hands, and it does feel exceptionally nice. However, it does have kind of a bigger orange tip for a pistol on the front, but that's something you don't really need to worry about. First impressions, nice pistol. Now, as this is CyberGun, CyberGun typically has a company license their guns. That's why they rebrand them and market them with this license on them, charging a bit more money, because the licensing does cost money, and in this instance, the gun is licensed and trademarked by Beretta, and the stamps on this gun are here, 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 and here. Now, let's head out in the field and take a look at some of the features and the performance of CyberGun's Beretta M9. Now, first thing we have to think about here is CyberGun's M9 is a pistol. So therefore, when you're out here in the actual woodland field, the pistol is more so going to be in your holster than anywhere else. Because the only time in the field you're really going to take it out is when, you know, in a tight situation, you need to pop somebody, walking up to a base, crawling around the corners of that, you're going to take it and shoot it in through the window there on the base and take somebody out. Or if you suffer a gun hit and must lay your gun down upon a nearby tree and you must use another weapon. So the majority of the time, the M9 will be in your holster. When you take it out, it should have a decent performance, and let's check that out. Just for anyone out there who is unfamiliar with the term GBB or gas blowback, it basically means that whenever you shoot, the slide comes back on your gun. That adds a bit of realism to the game, and it also adds the fact that you'll be able to shoot faster in a faster cycle rate and be able to shoot out more BBs at your opponent than, say, with a non-blowback pistol or the single cock every time spring pistol. So the green gas pistol adds some more efficiency and quickness when you're shooting to the game. Another nice feature of CyberGun's Beretta M9 is its working slide lock, which again adds a bit of realism to the gun. Now you see, once you're out of ammo, you've shot all the 25 rounds from your magazine, the slide locks back. Now, to unlock it, simply press this small switch down here. That will cause your slide to come forward again, but it will lock back the next time you shoot, due to the fact that you are out of ammo. So the working slide lock not only adds some realism, but it also adds a nice feature letting you know when you're out of ammo. Now once your slide has locked back, we know that means that you're out of ammo, as I've told you in the previous scene. Now, you're going to need to either refill your magazine with BBs now or switch magazines, so you're going to need to eject your magazine. Now in order to eject your pistol's magazine, simply press that small switch right there. Upon pressing it, your magazine will just drop out, so be ready to catch it. Now the magazine itself holds 25 rounds and it is full metal. Now a small con of the magazine is that when you pull this spring down, there is nothing to hook it at the bottom, so you must hold it there manually while dropping BBs into the magazine, which you probably should load them from down here. And again, it is a double stack magazine. Since it is a double stack magazine, that is essentially what it should look like when it is fully loaded. Now since there is that con that it's kind of hard to load this in the field since you have to hold down the spring manually, you may want to pick up spare KJW magazines. Now these are available at AirsoftStation.com for a pretty cheap price, and they are the magazines that work in your CyberGun Beretta because it's also actually made by KJW, and all these magazines hold 25 rounds each and they're all full metal. Then simply put it in, no brainer, and you're ready to go. Your Beretta M9 does feature iron sights, and I'll zoom in on them for you now. The Beretta M9's iron sights are essentially the exact same thing as you're going to find on any other pistol. Neither are adjustable, and there is a front one and a rear one. Now, the front one is just your standard sight post, which you use when you are looking through the rear sight, line it up with the front sight post, aim it up at your opponent, and fire. Now, a little bit of info on this. CyberGun usually details their guns very, very nicely. And as you can see there, they have actually painted the sights. So there are white dots on the rear sight and one on the front sight post. So it is very, very nice that CyberGun has done that detail to these iron sights. And they're really not off at all. They're pretty steady, good iron sights when you need to aim up with your pistol. After you finally got that guy out there who has been annoying you for the past time and you got to head off the field, the Beretta M9 does feature safety because even though it's a pistol and it's in your holster, required to have a safety on it. Now, the safety on your Beretta M9 is this small sort of lever right there. Now, this is basically the standard safety on any pistol. Pretty common to see and not that hard to use. When the red dot is showing, the gun is capable of firing, but when you push this downward and cover up that red dot, you can squeeze the trigger and the gun will not fire. So when red dot is visible, you're capable of firing. Covered, you're on safe. So after taking a look at the features, I think it's one heck of a good pistol. Let's head back to the workshop and get in on the final conclusion of CyberGun/KJW's Beretta M9. Now, let's get into the final conclusion of the CyberGun Beretta M9. CyberGun has presented us with a very nice gas blowback M9, and KJW, the actual maker of the gun, is alright, pretty good quality. Not as high up as KWA, but it's still pretty daggone decent. Now, again, there aren't many cons to this gun. It is full metal, so it does make it weigh a little bit more than some other guns that slip out and add some plastic or parts on it, such as higher quality gun manufacturers such as Maruzen and whatnot. So the weight of the gun with the metal is very nice. Also, CyberGun goes into a lot of detail with their pistols and all their guns. As I mentioned, the sights are painted and it is stamped all over with Beretta trademarks, making your gun completely licensing, which also adds a little bit of the price, but again, still fairly cheap, $128 at AirsoftStation.com. You can take $5 off with our coupon code DEATHCORE, and still a good price. Now, another nice feature of this gun is its magazine. I really do like how it carries 25 rounds, because as we've seen, it shoots very, very fast, and that can make you run out of ammo a bit quicker if you only have 15, 17 round magazines. So 25, a good decent amount, considering Airsoft Station does sell spares made by KJW. Now, another nice thing about this gun is how quickly it disassembles, as we've seen with that quick push of a button and slip off the front, lube it right in the field or right at the loading area. So you are getting an incredibly good deal here with CyberGun's M9, officially licensed by Beretta. Excellent buy for that intermediate airsofter looking for a great sidearm to take down his opponents. I'm not a big fan of pistols, but this is one of my personal pistols, and it has made its mark on me. A very, very nice pistol presented to us by KJW and CyberGun. Get it today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.